Boys, guardians, ladies. Today we're talking about the TWAB. We're just gonna hop into it, read out of it, and see where we lead it. So this week at Bungie, today 420. This week at Bungie, we are taking a short breath from beefy TWABs. But don't you worry, we have a lot more to come in the next weeks. Personally, I'm celebrating writing my first TWAB ever. So as we say that in northern Germany, moin moin. Hello. Okay. Let's get into it. In case we missed last week's TWAB, here's the main topics we talked about. Specific third-party peripheral usage. That's talking about Zim and Cronus's. Destiny would like to commend you. Oh, Destiny would like to commend you. Reminder about Trials Labs. Bungie Foundation is getting kilt happy. Here's what we're diving into this week. Highlights of the mid-season patch. Highlights of our recent accessibility options article, which came out yesterday for April 19th. Community Exotic Weapon Ornaments is coming to Destiny. I saw a image of this, so we'll get into that and see exactly what that is too. The next community ornament vote. Last week of Iron Banner in Season 20. And weekly hashtag Destiny 2 MOTW and AOTW picks. It is unbelievable, but the first season of Lightfall is halfway over. Therefore, we have some cool stuff to share with you in this week's patch notes. So let's take a look at some changes that were introduced in Tuesday's update 7.0.5.0. In the Crucible, they removed Clash from Quick Play and splitting rotators into two nodes. Clash/Zone, Control/Rift in one, Mayhem Scorched Momentum Control in the other. There's a core 6v6 rotator, which has Clash/Zone, Control/Rift, rebranded as Relentless. They increased the respawn overshield protection in PvP, as well as introduced a seasonal Ascended Emblem and stat tracker to display your current competitive division. Crucible and Gambit titles and gilding are being fixed and reset. And last, Trials of Osiris commendations will be blocked if you do not get other Trials rewards. In the Vanguard Ops, they tuned the difficulty in Heist Battlegrounds present in Vanguard and Nightfall playlists. Defeating Tormentors now provides revive tokens like champions and hive guards and some activities. We did the Heist Battleground Mars last night for the GM. I noticed a big difference in difficulty. So I'm not sure if they overtuned that at all or if that was just an intended change. But it's definitely easier now than it was. PvE primary weapon balance. On Tuesday, we got the auto rifle 25% buff, pulse rifle hand cannon sidearm 20% buff, and the scout rifle 10% buff. These are buffs against red and orange bar enemies in PvE only. These are also on exotic weapons as well that fit those categories. Some other important changes. They added the compatibility to upgrade Root of Nightmare weapons into Adept Enhanced traits, which we covered earlier this week, and another video coming out probably over the weekend, going in more depth of the Adept weapons and how to do that. You can once again collect exotic glaive patterns from the evidence board. So if you do not have the pattern for the other two classes that you didn't originally get the quest for, you actually go to the board and buy those. And they added the accommodation and stat tracker for best dressed. I have not seen it yet, so I don't know what activities it drops in, but I'm assuming probably multiplayer and strikes, because it was not in a raid last night. What's new in accessibility? Colorblind changes, full auto mayhem, and more. In case you missed it, we shared a blog earlier this week diving into recent changes that we believe players with accessibility accommodations regarding color blindness will particularly enjoy. For medical changes to special effect tweaks, here's a TLDR list of what we went over. Reticle changes, full auto melee changes, toggle settings, subtitle color choice. That's interesting. I did not see that. A peek at what's new with accommodations if you are any variation of color blindness. And again, the full article was uploaded on 4/19. If you guys want to check that out, you can. All right, the first community voted weapon ornament is coming to Destiny. With the launch of Season 21, we're releasing your Arbalest Ornament. Doesn't the ornament look fire and well suited for Lightfall? Another big shout out to Stellar State Logic. So this is the Arbalest Ornament we are getting. Actually does not look too bad. You can acquire the new ornament in the Eververse store. I'll be checking here in the stream to see if that is available now, and we will definitely be picking it up. All right, our next exotic weapon ornament vote. Fashion in Destiny is a vital part of the game, and some of us can be pretty invested in using the right ornaments to make our guardians shine. But armor isn't the only thing that's important. That is why we're announcing the next community weapon ornament voting. We have a selection of awesome weapons you can choose from. The design behind the chosen ornament will be created by an artist from our Destiny community who are amazing when it comes to bringing the game into the real world through art. We have picked an artist out, so please don't feel the need to start any campaigns on who we should pick. We also aren't asking them to do this work for free, and we'll be paying them just like when we work with other external concept artists. So here are the chosen weapons: Izanagi Burden, Wither Horde, and Thunderlord. Out of these three, I'm gonna be honest. Out of these three, Wither Horde has a decent ornament already. Izanagi Burden has a decent one as well with the sword. I'm not sure if Thunderlord has one off the top of my head. So honestly, out of these three, I would rather have Thunderlord get it, but the other two are used more often. So more than likely, you'll either see an Izanagi's Burden or Wither Horde ornament out of this. Once one of the above exotics has been selected, we will work with the community artist to create 3 different weapon ornaments. And then we will have another vote to see which one you pick. The winning design will be made into a weapon ornament in the game. So here's a quick look at the full process. Starting on April 20th, so today, the community votes through email on which exotic to pick. The community artist creates 3 ornaments, the winning exotic weapon. The community will vote on the favorite concept, and the winning weapon ornament goes into production and is released in-game. We want to make sure we give our artists plenty of time to work, so it'll take some time until we reveal them and the concepts. Once the community has picked the concept and it's ready to go into production, it's going to take a bit of time to go through our content pipeline. So we want to set the expectation up front that you shouldn't expect to see the ornament Destiny 2 until the final shape. We know that might be a long way out, but we're glad to get this along for the ride in this one in an important part of the process. We can't wait for the results, so choose wisely, Guardians. I'm not too surprised about that, because the Arbalest Ornament was selected like halfway through last year, and we just got it. So that was at least a 6-7 month process. Alright, so the last week Iron Banner is ahead. For anyone who has not gilded their Iron Banner seal, next week is your last chance in Season 20. So get your gear together and tackle that rank reset. Player support report. Alright, so weapon crafting notice. When you select a weapon to reshape, we copy the weapon that is in your inventory and we place this copy in the reshaping slot. If you make changes to the weapon in your inventory after you have selected the weapon to reshape, these changes will not get automatically updated to the item in the reshape slot. This creates the opportunity to lose those changes once reshaping is completed. Until we're able to release a fix, players should avoid increasing a weapon's enhancement tier while actively modifying the weapon at the relic on Mars. If a player increases the tier and commits a reshape, the new tier will be lost. To avoid this, players can enhance and reselect the weapons for modification to maintain their enhancement tier. So this was going around since Tuesday. Somebody threw their weapon in to reshape it, and for some reason opened their inventory and started increasing its enhancement tier. Not sure if they were just trying to get their masterwork up or what they were doing exactly, but when they crafted the weapon or reshaped the weapon, it lost all of that progress that they used, and they ended up having to reuse their materials to do it again. So make sure you guys aren't doing that, and you shouldn't have to run into that issue. An audio issue workaround. We're currently investigating an issue where those using 3D audio are experiencing less than ideal sounds and speech. Until this issue can be resolved, it's recommended that players disable 3D audio, such as native 3D audio on PS5 or Windows Atmos, Windows Sonic on PC/Xbox. Alright, some missed unresolved issues. The launch of the update, we resolved the following issues. Oh, these are the updated issues that they didn't have listed up above. They fixed an issue where the terminal overload chest could be looted multiple times for rewards and crafted weapon progress. Crafting progress now comes from the key chest and not the base chest. Okay. Alright. When the mod's Ashes to Assets... Wow. I almost said Ashes to Assets. When the mod's Ashes to Ashes and Hands-On are equipped at the same time, players will only receive super energy from one of the mods when killing an enemy with a grapple melee. When these mods are equipped individually, each will work with the grapple melee. So what was happening here is people were grappling and using the melee out of it, and it counted as a grenade kill and a melee kill. So you were doubling up on your super energy that you got from the mods. Grenade Kickstart will no longer activate when using a grapple point. When the mod's Firepower and Heavy Handed are equipped at the same time, only one orb of power will spawn when killing an enemy. With a grapple melee. When these mods are equipped individually, each will work with their grapple melee. I'm not sure what's going on with my stream. Players no longer need to have the Strand subclass equipped to gain unraveling rounds for the Strand weapons from the allied unraveling perk. Reduce super gains from Ashes to Assets by 50% when getting a grapple melee kill after a grapple point. Heavy weapons will more consistently gain increased ammo capacity from multiple reserve mods. This does not apply to rocket launchers, GLs, heavy glaives, Leviathan's Breath, and 1K, since their maximum ammo capacity is reached by equipping fewer mods. Fix an issue where fighting Lion was incorrectly benefiting from the Void Holster mod. Fix an issue where Harsh Language now correctly activates Void Artifact mods. And fall damage is now non-lethal to players. Previously, only collision damage was non-lethal. So that's a happy change. Now you don't have to worry about dying to fall damage. You're still probably going to take a ton of damage like you do with the collision damage. So if you get shot as you hit the ground, you're probably going to die still. But that's a good change. That's very good. Alright, and here's some known issues. While we continue to investigate various known issues, here's a list of the latest issues that were reported to us in our help forum. Players who have previously acquired the Brazen Spark ship are blocked from completing the last Will and Testament quest. Sean Han, quest dialogue is cut off and a public event is triggered, preventing players from hearing any remaining lines. Volatile flow does not activate consistently. That is an issue. The Cheerful Destruction Triumph does not grant bonus progression for Guardian kills. Insight Tournament Strike can produce bird errors when fighting the boss and capturing plates. Audio may appear distorted in certain activities. Check the audio issue workaround section above, related to 3D audio. The Guardian game statue has the incorrect class displayed as a winner for the 2022 event. Some Guardian game triumphs are activating earlier than intended as a result. The titles tab now flashes as though something is unlocked. These triumphs will be able to be claimed when Guardian game launches in 2 weeks. The Zone Control playlist doesn't display an increased Crucible rank modifier. Dying in the Hypernet Current Strike's boss room can sometimes get a player to go stuck in the floor. This happened to me during a Grandmaster on Saturday, and it left my 2 fire team members alone for half of the boss fight. So they basically had to duo the entire damage. Quitter penalties will erroneously enable with 7.0.5.0 launch for completing matches. This has since been corrected. Rewards are delayed upon completing certain raid encounters, with some rewards going to the postmaster. Some players report that Radiant no longer stuns barrier champs, and fire sprites may no longer be generated from grenade kills. For a full list of emergent issues in Day 2, players can review our known issues article, and you guys can report to the help forum. Here's it for the TWAB. So a bunch of media information that we actually looking forward to, and most of the stuff that we also knew going ahead. But guys, let me know below what ornaments you guys want to see, or what exotic weapon you want to see get the ornament, as well as make sure you guys are voting on that for your favorite weapon. Well, that's it for the TWAB.